Assalamualaikum. So today's our experiment is to determine the elastic critical load of metal columns with different end conditions. So we have, this is the apparatus for this experiment. These are four different end conditions. So this first column is having fixed end. Second column, this is the pin end. If you can see, there is a V notched here, and then we have at the bottom fixed end. Then we have a third column in which we have both top and bottom V notch, so they are pin ended columns. The fourth column is fixed ended, and at the bottom it is free. So these are the four different end conditions we have. These are the column strips. So first step is we need to measure the width, the thickness, and the length of the column strips. So for all the column strips, we will measure the length, width, and thickness. In the second stage, we will measure the weight of the metal strip plus the weight of this cap. So for the first column, the length, first we are going to measure the length of the strips. So for the first column, the length of the strip is 157 millimeter. So length of the first strip is 157 millimeters. Then the length of the second strip is 152 millimeters. We are measuring the length from the center of this. Then for the third one, the length of this is 147 millimeter. 147 millimeter. Then the fourth one, the length is 154. So length is 154. Next step is we need to measure the width and the thicknesses of these strips. So for the first one, it is 0.8. We are getting the thickness for the first one as 0.8. For the second one, .75. So the thickness of the second one is 0.75. Then the third one, .75. For the last one, .7. So the thickness of the last strip is 0.7. Now we have to measure the width of the column strips. So width of the first column strip is 9.7. .9 for the second one. The width is 9.9. For the third one, 9.7, 9.7. So now we have measured the width, thickness and the length of all the 4 column strips. Fine. Now the next step is we need to measure the weight. So weight, we have this column strip plus this loading head. So this is 68 grams plus, so total is 76. So 68 plus 8. So first one is 68 plus 8. Then the second one 8 and 80. So it is basically 81. So 73 plus 8. The second one is 73 plus 8 grams. Then the third one 7, 85. So 78 plus 7, that's the third one. 78 plus 7. Now the last column strip and the loading head. So it is 6 plus, so it's total 82. So it is 76 plus 6. So these were the weights, 76 plus 6. So now we have measured, up to now we have measured the width of each strip, thickness of each strip, the length of each strip and the weights. So weight is 68 plus 8, 76. In the second case it is 81. In the third case it is 85. In the fourth case it is 82 grams. Now the next step is we need to measure the critical loads experimentally. So for that we have 1 Newton loads, we have 2 Newton loads, we have, this is 10 Newton load, 10 Newton load we have, then we have 20, so we have 20 Newton load, different 20 Newton, and we have 50 Newton load. Also we have this 5 Newton as well. So now this is our first case. So before the performance we have actually got the loads. Okay? So we have a value in our mind that how much load these columns will take, and if you can see I have written the loads as well. So now we will perform it and see what loads actually we are going to get. So first column is both ends fixed. So we are going to put 50 Newton load first. See, it's still flexible, so we need to put more load. So we are going to ensure that the load is concentric. So now it is 70, it is still flexible. Now we are going to put 10 newtons more. So now we have 80 newtons load and it is still flexible. So we are going to put 5 newtons more. So now it is 85 and it is getting up to that point, but still it is flexible. So now we are going to put smaller loads. So let's try with 2 newtons. So now we have 87 newtons. 87 newtons.
One more.
So we can put one more. It's coming there. So it is now 88. So in fact, we are going to remove this and going to put 2 newtons. So 90. So now you can see it is Now, not coming back to its original place. So the load for this one is, for the first case, is 90 newtons. So the critical experimental load for the first step is, for the first column, is 90 newtons. So for the second one, we have pin and fixed end. So we will start with the 20 newtons. You can see it's still flexible, so we are going to put 20 newtons more. Still flexible, so 5 newtons more. Now we are heading to 45 newtons. 45, still more. We will try with 2 newtons more, so total is now 47. So now you can see the deflected shape. It is no more flexible. So for this column, the experimentally determined or calculated critical load is 47 newtons. 47 newtons. Then we are going to perform for the third one. In the third case, both ends are pin-ended. So we will start with 10 newtons. 10 newtons. Still you can see flexible. We are going to put 5 newtons more. Now it's 15 newtons. So now we got the answer at 15 newtons. So P critical experimentally determined for pin-ended columns is 15 newtons, 15. Okay, now we are going to perform the fourth one. For the fourth one, we are going to first put 5 newtons. 5 newtons. So it's still flexible. Yes, it still have a movement. Then we put 2 newtons more. Now 7, please do it. Still there is some movement. 8 newtons. Still there is. So we are now going to remove 2. Remove the. So basically now you can see it is now fixed. So this one, for the last column strip, we are getting the answer as 9 newtons. Okay, so this was all about the experiment. So first step is we measured the width, thickness, length of the column strips. Then we measured the weights. Then we determined the experimentally determined critical loads. So for the fixed ended columns, we are getting the critical load as 90 newtons. For fixed and pin ended, we are getting the load as 47 newtons. For the pin ended, both ends pin ended, we are getting the critical load as 15. And for the last case, fixed and free end, we are getting the critical load as 9 newtons. Thank you very much.